Greetings everyone, how's it going? In today's tutorial, I'll be creating a movie application with the movie database API, that's the TMDB API. So if you're interested to see this build and learn a lot from that, consider subscribing, like and share. So with that said, let's jump right in. So to ensure everyone is on the same page, in my main.dat file, I just created a home widget returning a scaffold, right? So this is the site we'll be fetching our movies from, that's the movie database. So in here, we are interested in fetching the popular movies, the top rated ones, and also the upcoming ones. So make sure you have an account created on the movie database, right, to get access to the API. So I already have my account created over here, and to get access to the API, move on to your profile, the settings tab. You can see the API section over here. Just click on that. There you go. You can have access to your API key and also the access token, right? So the next step, we are interested in getting the popular movies, the top rated ones, and also the upcoming ones, right? So to get the popular movies, you need to hit the endpoint that gets us the popular movies, right? So as you can see the link over there, that's the API endpoint in getting the popular movies, right? So I'll just copy that over here and open a new tab, right? So in here, I'll just paste in that with a question mark and pass in my API key. So this will make a request to get the popular movies endpoint, right? So I need to paste in my API key. So I'll just grab that from my API session over here. So I can just paste it over here and make that request and get in the popular movies. There you go. You can see you get the results back. So this is the response of the request in getting the popular movies. And if you're interested in getting the backdrop path and also the original title, the title right here, and the poster path, right? So the next step is to create a model for the movie, right? So within my lib folder, I'll be creating a new directory, and I'm going to name this directory as the model, right? So within the model directory is going to be a new file. So this file is going to be named as the movie model.dat. Yeah. So in here, I'll start by creating a class of movie. And within this class, we will define what we need over here, right? So first of all, we need to get the title of this movie, right? So final string title. So the return type of this title is going to be a string. We also need to get we also need the backdrop path, right? If I'm right. Yeah, the backdrop path. We also need the overview. And finally the poster path, right? So that's basically it. So let's check over here. We are interested in the title, the poster path, the backdrop path. You can feel free to add any additional information from the request, right? So let's convert that and require that in the constructor. So in here, let's proceed to create to map and also from map method, right? So factory movie.from map, and this will create an instance of the movie. So this basically helps us with serialization and deserialization of the object, right? The response we get back is a JSON response, right? Which we need to convert it into a map. So movie.from map, that takes in a map with string and dynamic values, right? So in here, return a movie instance, right? So where the title is going to be the map, then we access the title in this field. So this title basically points the title in the request, right? So it should be the same as the one within the response over here. So the backdrop path also needs to be the same. And also the overview over here, map of overview, right? And finally the poster path. So these are the details we need in the movie, right? You can feel free to add the additional ones if you need that. So once we have our from map method created, let's proceed to create our to map method, right? So it's basically going to be a map of string with dynamic values, right? And the method name is going to be to map that returns an object. So in here, it's going to return an object, right? So the key is going to be the title. That points to the title. And also, the next one is going to be the backdrop path. So I'll be doing same for each of them, the overview and also the poster path, right? So let's proceed the functionality in fetching the movies. So I'll be creating a directory within the lib folder known as the API. Within that, I'll be creating another file with the API.dat. That will handle the functionality in fetching the movies, right? So I'll proceed by creating a class of API. So in here, we'll be fetching the upcoming movies, the top rated ones and also the popular ones. So I'll be having 3 different endpoints to get all this information, right? So I'll be creating a variable to hold the endpoints. The first one is going to be the upcoming API URL. The next one is going to be the popular API URL. And finally, the top rated API URL, right? So to get access to these endpoints, let's head over to the website. You can just grab the URL over here and just paste it, right? So if you don't want to expose this API key, I think I can just create a file over here and name it as constant.dat, right? So this is where you're creating the API key and assign your API key value, right? So let's rename that to a const. So it's going to be const API key. There you go. So within the API.dat, you can just access your API key over here. So let's proceed with the popular endpoint. We also need to pass our API key as well, right? The upcoming ones. So the first one is going to be upcoming/API key, and the next one is going to be popular. Then we pass in our API key. Finally, let's move on to the top rated ones, right? So these are endpoints in getting the list of movies, right? So let's proceed with the functionality in fetching the movies, right? So in here, we're going to have a method or a function, right? And that's going to be called get upcoming movies, right? So this function is going to get us the list of movies. So we need to import the movie model. So in here, we'll be having 3 methods. One that gets us the upcoming movies. The next one also gets us the popular movies. And the last one gets us the top rated ones. So within the get upcoming movies, so first of all, let's install the HTTP package. That will help us with the functionality making the request over here. There you go. So in here, I'll be creating a response variable. Then let's import our HTTP. We can await. Let's import our HTTP package. So http.get, right? Then we can just pass in our upcoming API URL. So this URL.pass makes sure that the endpoint is in a valid format, right? So in here, we check the response status. If the response status code is equal to 200, meaning everything was successful, you can just proceed, right? If the response status code is equal to 200, the data that comes back comes as a list of dynamic, right? So we need to decode that using JSON.decode. Then we pass in our response.body, right? And the data we need is found within the results field, right? So we can just access that. Then we just proceed to transform this data into our list of movies, right? So we want our return type to be in the form of this list of movies. And the variable name is going to be movies. Then we can just take our data variable and transform that using the from map method we just created. So data.map, and for each movie, we take a movie model dot from map, then we pass in a movie, then we convert that to a list, and later we can just return our movies. There we go. So we need to handle the exception in case the response code is not equal to 200, right? So in this situation, we can just throw an exception over here with a message of failed to load the upcoming movies. So you're going to have the similar implementation within our get popular movies and also get top rated ones, right? So in here, we only need to change the endpoint. There we go. So let's save in the changes over here. So let's proceed to display the information on the UI. So within my home page, under the home state, I'll be creating 3 variables to hold the upcoming movies, the popular movies, and also the top rated ones, right? So it's going to be future, that counts as a list of movies, and the variable name is going to be upcoming movie. So let's import the movie and also assign the late initializer over here. So let's repeat this 2 more times and change this to get or hold the popular movies, and the last one is going to be the top rated ones. So below over here, we're having our init state where we call our API to get us our upcoming movies, the popular and also the top rated ones. So over here, we assign our upcoming movies variable. Then we call our API class that will get us the upcoming movies. We'll be doing same for the popular movies and also the top rated ones. There we go. Let's proceed. So in our scaffold, let me bring my simulator over here. Within the scaffold over here, so let's start with our navbar. So we'll be having a navbar widget with a leading, right? And this leading places a widget at the very start in the app bar, right? And it's going to be an icon button that comes with the on press and also the icon, right? The on press is going to be the function that gets called when you click on the icon, and the icon is going to be the menu icon, right? So the icon is going to be icons.menu, as you can see over there, right? We're also going to have a title within the app bar, right? The title is going to text in the text widget. And the name of the title or the movie is going to be the show spot. You can feel free to give it any title as well. We also we'll be having an actions, and these actions place the widget at the very end of the app bar, and it comes as a list, so you can have multiple widgets within the actions. So in here we'll be having 2 widgets, right? 2 icons. That's the search icon, also the notification icon. Let's proceed to center the title as well. There you go. So that's basically the app bar. And let's set the background color of the scaffold to be a black color. So it's going to be colors.black. So we'll be repeating same in the app bar, right? And let's set the foreground color to be colors.white. There you go. So let's proceed with the body, right? So let's start with a single child scroll view, and the child is going to be a column. The column is in the children. So let's set the cross-axis alignment of the column to be cross-axis alignment of start, right? That will align the widget at the very start. So the first one is you are going to show the upcoming movies over here, right? So we are going to have a test of upcoming. So let's start a test. So with the star attributes, you can assign this test style over here and change the color of the test to a white color, as you can see over there. So let's wrap the column within a pattern which affects all size a value of 8 and saving the changes. There we go. So below the test, you are going to have a carousel that will display the upcoming movies, right? So first of all, we need to fetch the movies, right? So we can use the future builder that comes with the future and also the builder. The future is going to listen to a function. That's why you provide it upcoming movies function. And also the builder comes with a context and the snapshot, right? The snapshot is what actually holds the data over here. So in here, let's check for the state of the snapshot, right? So if snapshot not has data, right, so let's check for the opposite of that. If you don't have data yet, you can actually return a circular progress indicator to show that something is loading, right? And if you indeed get the data back, I'll be creating a movies variable over here. Then we can assign our snapshot data in that variable. Then we can just proceed to return our carousel slider. So make sure you have that dependency installed, right? So carousel slider. So we want to build a method on this, right? That comes with the item count, the item builder, and also the options. So the item count is going to be our movies.length, and also the item builder is a function that takes in the context, the index, and also one additional information, that's the movie index, right? And returns a widget. And also the option takes in the carousel options. So let's get rid of these comments. There you go. So within the item builder over here, let's return so first of all, let's extract a single movie. So to do that, I will create a movie variable, then we can move into our movies passing the index, and this will get us a single movie. So in here we can just return a container, provide a width value of double.infinity, and also some decoration. So in the decoration, we pass in our border radius, the circular, then pass in the value of 8. So the child of this container is going to be image, right? So image.network, then you pass in the source. So the source of this image is going to be from our movie dot, the backdrop path, right? Late initialize error. So let's hot restart. There we go. You can see the carousel, but the image is not showing up, right? So let's provide some options to this carousel slider. Let's set autoplay to be true, and also set the enlarged center page to be true, and the aspect ratio to be 1.4, and also the autoplay interval, right? We want that to be 3 seconds. It should change every 3 seconds. There we go. So let's head over to the website and see how we can just make a fit to the image we have, right? So under the images, you can see the basic. So this is the endpoint, right? So you can just grab up to the original. So in here, you can just replace that. Then you can just access our movie.backdrop filter or backdrop path. There you go. As you can see, it's over here. So let's proceed. So below the upcoming movies, you are going to display the popular movies as well. So let's start with a test that will show the popular. So let's proceed to change the color of this test, right? So the star attribute, we can assign it a test style and change the color and set the color to be colors.white, right? There you go, as you can see over there. So below that is going to be a container. So let's provide this container margin, and it's going to affect it from top and down, right? So I'll provide it a vertical value of 20, and also let's provide a height to this container value of 200. So the child of this container is going to be a future builder that comes with a future, and the future is going to listen to a function. That's why we provided our popular movies, and also it comes with a builder, and the builder takes in the context and the snapshot, right? So in here we need to check for the state of the snapshot, right? So if our snapshot has data, so we check the opposite of that. If this is false, we can actually return a circular progress indicator indicating that something is loading, right? So if we indeed get our data back, so in here I'll be creating a movies where I can assign my snapshot of data in that variable. So once we have that, I can just return a list view. So list view.builder. So in the item builder, it takes in the context and also the index and returns a widget, right? So the list view builder comes with the item count, right? So you can just pass in our movies.length, and within the item builder, so in here, let's set the scroll axis direction or the scroll direction to be axis.horizontal. So in here, you can just extract a single movie by passing the index to our list of movies, right? And we can proceed to return a container and provide a width of 150 and also provide some margin, right? It's going to be edge instead of symmetric with a horizontal value of 10, and also some decoration, provide some color is going to be colors.white, and also a border radius as well for rounding the container or providing the container a circular shape, right? A value of 15. So the chart of this container, we're going to have a clip array with a border radius, right? The border radius going to be border radius.circular. We pass in a value of 15. And the chart of this clip array is going to be image, and the source of this image is going to be from the network, right? So I can just grab this URL over here. There we go. So once you save any changes, you can see it reflect over there. So over here, let's set the height of this image to be 120, and also the width to be double dot to infinity. This the available width, and set the box fit to be cover. There we go. How cool is that? So these are popular movies. Can proceed to display the title as well. So let's proceed to show the top rated movies as well. So I'll just copy and paste this and changing the text over here to be top rated, right? So in fetching it, we need to fetch our top rated movies. So we need to change the feature, as you can see over here. How cool is that? So that's basically it. See you in our next tutorial. Until then, stay tuned.